Standing by. Back talk to VOCM. Good Friday, 2013. Hello, Patty Daly. Happy Good Friday. How are you? Well, unfortunately, it's not actually a Good Friday. I'm calling to talk a little bit about the government cuts and perhaps provide a little bit of information that people aren't totally aware of. I guess first of all, I am or was a government employee, and I'm not going to give away any confidential information, but I will point out that if you want to know who's cut, you can go onto the government website and look at the phone directory now, and then come back out later and see who's gone. It's going to be public knowledge who was there and who's gone, and I guess I want to specifically raise concern about the elimination of some of the positions where I have been working the past 3.5 years, the Crown Attorney's Office. And it does not take an insider to recognize, I guess, the potential impact of cutting so many staff. We've heard that lawyers have been cut. What hasn't necessarily been reported is the admin support staff in that office, more than half of whom were on a temporary basis, whose contracts expired yesterday, me being one of them. And you go and look at that website, you're going to see a lot of those people gone, and it scares me to think any type of cut will have impact. I don't care what business you're running, what office you're running, and specifically you take away all three of your information management professionals. That's going to put a burden on everyone else left in that office to pick up that work. And I know Darren King said there won't be an impact to the services, and I honestly hope he's right. I got to be honest, I've never actually seen him inside that office, so I'm sure he's relying on other information. But there's got to be impact when you cut people, no matter what or where. Yeah. hmm Yeah, and I guess I'm sure a lot of your listeners who know who I am, it's public knowledge I'm a transsexual, and transsexuals are among the highest risk of criminal violence. And I got to be honest, I worry about my safety each and every day walking outside of my door in the city of St. John's. Um, Well, the best way to answer that question is to compare how I was treated by society as Jennifer and before I came out as Jennifer. When I was living my life perceived to be your plain old boring typical heterosexual man, I had no trouble finding. Well, perhaps it was, but I never had trouble finding a job, finding a place to live. I never had trouble getting health care. All of a sudden I become Jennifer, and I just noticed significant changes in all of those areas. In addition to, I guess, systemic challenges and discrimination. Not necessarily discrimination. I think part of it's just ignorance and lack of education. But I have received threats ranging from physical threats, death threats. I've had college students throw oranges at me as I run down the street, and that never happened before. I honestly don't know, but it's just another little wake-up call that I guess criminal justice is important everywhere. And I guess quickly another point I wanted to raise has been what I feel is a lack of the humanistic side of these layoffs. I'm reading the Canada Labour Code, Section 231, and it says if people have worked for you for more than 3 months, you got to give them 2 weeks' notice or 2 weeks' pay in lieu of notice. A lot of people were called in at the last minute. I actually missed my last day of work because of illness, and I'm actually sitting here right now not knowing. I haven't received any paperwork either way. I've been asked to come into the office for a chat in which it's likely that I will be turning in my badge and saying goodbye. But I got to be honest, if they're not willing to provide me this 2 weeks pay in lieu of notice, we're going to have trouble, because if you want to cut people, fine, but you got to follow the laws. My understanding from reading the Federal Labor Code is that anyone who's had, quote, 3 months continuous, unquote, employment. So if you're less than 3 months, then perhaps there's an out there. Looking at the collective agreement, that's a whole other issue, and whether or not a collective agreement is allowed to trump federal laws, I highly doubt it, but there could be an issue there. I'm more concerned with the human side of things, and for people not knowing whether or not they have a job, coming into one day, I don't know, it's going to be an interesting conversation walking into that office on Monday, not knowing exactly what's going to happen. I do know that most of my colleagues have been cut, and my entire program in the information management is cut, so I can read in between the lines. I'm not stupid, even though some people might argue otherwise. Yeah. Absolutely. I'd like to think that over the past 6 years that I've lived here in Newfoundland, that I've done is a good job at trying to do that outreach, do that education awareness. Yes, I understand that I'm unique and different, but I want people to warm up to me, feel that they can count on me, they can trust me, they can be my friend, and they don't have to be ashamed to say Jennifer McCreath is a good person. And I'm really looking forward to the opportunities of looking for a new job. The sky's the limit. I love it here. I'm living in Newfoundland. I never thought I was... Pardon? No, I was actually born in Nova Scotia, but lived in Toronto for most of my life, and I moved here in 2007, ironically enough, to take another job with the provincial government. But once I got here, I fell in love with the place, and I really hope things work out for me, because I really do love this place, and I'm passionate about... I'm a public servant by nature. I've spent 20 years in various government jobs. I love to help society and make society a better place. Last thing... Thanks so much for having me on the show. You too. Bye. There you have it, folks. Jennifer McCreath calling into Paddy Daily, perhaps the most watched radio show. Most watched. Most listened to radio show in our province of Newfoundland. If you're watching this video, I'm not here to hurt. I don't like fighting. I don't want to pick a fight with government. But at the same time, I'm a humanitarian. I stand up for the rights and respect of humans. I'm a human. A lot of people have been mistreated this week, and it's not right. We got to do a better job, province of Newfoundland and Labrador. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching this video. Comments, questions, post them here on YouTube. info@jennifermcreath.com is my email. JENN_McCreath if you want to tweet at me. Go right ahead. Love to hear from you folks. Thanks everyone for watching.